Alright, so let's begin with my low, my high, my act of kindness. Um, I don't think it really hit me until yesterday, but, and this is my low, in case you're wondering. Between daylight savings time happening, and because technically there was a time difference from Houston to here, I've just been feeling incredibly exhausted. Add essentially an entire day of travel from Houston to my house on Monday, and yesterday I was just completely spent. Like, I really could have fallen asleep anywhere that I thought was comfortable to do so. But I'm definitely a bit better now. I'm cool. It was a rough day and a half, but I think I got through it. My high is last night I spent some time with my parents, as well as the fact that I voted. It was important to do. I'm not going to say who I voted for because that's none of my business. But I voted. The ballot I cast counted. Nothing I can do. So there you go. By the way, on that note, anyone who went out to vote, I hope you enjoyed your experience. I guess that's important. And my act of kindness was last night. I helped my folks prepare for a garbage day because a garbage day would be today. So I'll be so by the time I see them later today, because I'll probably get home to their place before they do, I'll be taking the garbage cans. Really, it's only one garbage can and a recycle bin, but I'm still gonna take it inside because I'm a good little boy and that's what I do. So that's about the long and short of all of it. Let's see. Anything else? No, not really. It's been pretty solid. Good morning and happy hump day, everyone. Although, as crazy as Monday was, and as tired as I wound up being yesterday, I gotta say, this week has gone by pretty fast. Like, stupidly fast. Yesterday, I was completely under the impression that it was Monday, but it's not. It was Tuesday, making today Wednesday. I guess I could probably talk about a few other details I haven't mentioned from the wedding, I suppose. Actually, one thing that did happen is, for the first time this year, this calendar year, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation was on Saturday night. It was on TNT. I was so happy. And the best part was, I saw it with like the best group of people I could have imagined. It was myself, my dad, and both of my uncles on my mom's side of the family. And one of those uncles was the father of the bride, which was great. We missed our favorite. I missed my favorite part. My father obviously missed his favorite part because my favorite part comes after his favorite part. But what we were watching, man, it was great. We were all having a blast. It was between that and it really was fitting that we were in Houston because the Houston Astros won the World Series. I mean, I'll be honest, I don't really follow baseball that much. But I do know when big news occurs, and obviously winning the World Series is pretty big news. Although, I do know that the Astros got in a lot of trouble for quote-unquote cheating, in the last time they won the World Series. For those of you who don't know how they did it, because it actually is quite a very intricate process that they did. Basically, in baseball, when a pitcher is about to throw a pitch, the only two people who know what the pitcher is going to pitch are the pitcher himself and the catcher. Because the catcher likes to do like hand signs, you know, you know, all that other stuff, you know, to signal the pitcher, okay, throw, like, if I do this, you throw like a fastball. If you throw this, or like, well, there's a few hand signs they can't really make without it being kind of provocative or dirty, so, yeah, that's, you know, the fastball. The fastball is a good enough example. The point is, only the pitcher and the catcher know what the pitcher's going to throw. The Houston Astros discovered a way to figure out what the pitcher was going to throw, because I believe they were spying on like the catcher from very far away, and then they were relaying that signal to the dugout, and the dugout was making loud noises to indicate to the batter what pitch was coming. When the batter knows what pitch is coming, that's a huge advantage, because then you know not to swing or go for it. It's quite a very intricate process, I have to say. Now, some diehard baseball fans are obviously, you know, incredibly upset by this. And at the time, I didn't really know how to feel, because again, I'm not really that much of a baseball fan. Plus, I literally just explained the situation that only the pitcher and the catcher know what pitch is coming. How is that not cheating in of itself? Basically, cheating in baseball has been going on forever. And it's really just one of those situations where, yeah, technically they got caught doing what they were doing, but, you know, something like this is completely unprecedented. So, obviously the Houston Astros kept their title, and they just won the World Series now. Technically, you could almost call this team a dynasty, if we're being honest. So, yeah. Although, I like how we're watching like between Christmas vacation and like the post conference interview. Like, you know how after like some big games in baseball and football and stuff, you have like those analysts, and they're on like this one podium that's in the stadium, and then they're talking to one of the players who won the game. I forget the name of the player, but it's the guy on the Houston Astros who's married to Kate Upton, and Kate Upton actually got up on the stand, and you know they got to be with, and that player got to be with Kate Upton and his daughter, who's obviously, you know, in which Kate Upton is the mother of that daughter, obviously, and it was just really sweet. That was really cute. Honestly, that was something I needed to see, like, because that was on Saturday night, after the rehearsal dinner. Let's see. Although I have to say, before I continue on with Sunday, I don't know what's wrong with you, TNT, but TNT censored a moment that really kind of irked me a bit. And for those of you, for Christmas vacation, obviously, and specifically the scene I'm talking about is as Clark is about to go sledding down the hill. You'll know, if you're a diehard fan of Christmas Vacation, you'll know exactly what scene I'm talking about. What moment I'm talking about specifically. So there you go. Now Sunday, you know, that's when I got up stupidly early, as you remember, because I had to get ready for church. And, you know, the church we went to was about maybe a mile away from where we were. It was a very beautiful church. Very nice. And, okay, this is literally the coolest thing ever, because before the pandemic, during church, you have, you know, the body and blood of Christ, which is basically like a little tiny wafer cracker, and you're supposed to take a small sip of wine. When the pandemic began, they completely got rid of that. And only in the last, I'd say, year and a half, we're back to having at least the body of Christ. But you don't have that sip of wine anymore. This past Sunday when I went to church, that was the first time I had the blood of Christ since the pandemic began. I'm not kidding. And I mean, I don't really know what to say. I mean, it's wine, a tiny sip of wine. There's really nothing I could say about it other than it felt kind of good to finally have that again. Because I guess it really is a sign that, things are starting to, really get back to normal as normal can be. Because let's be honest, thanks to the pandemic, the world has changed forever. And there's nothing anyone can do about it. But I thought it was really cool that I finally got the blood of Christ again. Let's see. After that, we all pretty much had a bunch of free time. So my mom and I walked around the town we were in. And we got, and we went to this one place where, if anyone in the Horseheads, Corning, Elmira area, or Big Flats for that matter, has ever been to Old World Cafe, the place we went to had some serious Old World Cafe vibes. I really should talk about the Old World Cafe at some point. It's been years since I've been there, but I still remember how good it is. But when we went to, I believe it's called A Piece of Heaven, A Slice of Heaven. I forget what it's called. Something like either A Piece of Heaven or Slice of Heaven. I forget the name of the place. And for lunch, I had a cup of broccoli and cheese soup and a French dip sandwich. This is like a soup and sandwich type place with ice cream. Again, kind of like Old World Cafe. And I got their French dip sandwich with a cup of broccoli and cheese soup. It was really good. I mean, here's the thing. Whenever I talk about the broccoli and Swiss cheese soup my mom makes, like no one else uses Swiss cheese to my knowledge. Cheddar is the way to go, which, you know me, I'm a cheddar guy. Although at some point I really should ask my mom to try making that soup with cheddar just to see how it is. I think it'd be a really cool experience. Let's see. That happened. We went to lunch and then, watching football today. Sadly seeing the Bills lose. That was a bummer. And then we went to the wedding. And I mean, I guess I could go into detail about a little further into detail about the wedding. Throughout the wedding, I really was welling up. But the moment that I mentioned this yesterday, the moment that legit got me the most was a certain blessing that the priest had said during the ceremony. Because it's the very same blessing that I've said many times doing these videos over the years. And it's actually a blessing I'm going to be saying come December. So a little over a month from now. So you can look forward to that. After the ceremony, here's the thing. After the ceremony, I was like, okay, let's be stupid and fill up on hors d'oeuvres, right? I couldn't do that because we had to take pictures. Everyone had to take pictures, which, yeah, I had to. So I missed out on a few things. It was still fun though, and at the end of the day, I was incredibly happy with everything that was going on, filled with love and emotion. It was nice. Beyond nice, actually. And I know I already said this part too, but eventually my cousin, texted me saying, because here's the thing, on the group text that she made, she wanted to put me in there, but she didn't have enough room because I think there's like limits of like 16 people or something. But that's okay. You know, she thanked me in person. And I got to tell her I had a wonderful time. You know, she thanked me for obviously coming, but I thanked her for inviting me. And I totally told her that I cried. I did. And she thought it was really sweet. We partied until 11 o'clock that night. Man, that was a late day. Which I'm sure a few of you are probably wondering why I haven't talked about the Masked episode, season 8, episode 6, because the wedding was going on during that time. And as much as I love the Masked Singer, as much as I love talking about the Masked Singer, in all fairness, my cousin came first. So there you go. I mean, I'll probably talk about, I'm sure all the clips from that episode are on YouTube already. So I'm not going to fret on it. So if you're wondering why I haven't talked about the Masked Singer, now you know. Because I was at the wedding on Sunday. Yes, the wedding was on Sunday. It was kind of weird, but whatever. It's cool. At the end of the day, it's not about me. It's about my cousin and her new husband, who I was so happy to see finally get married. It was such a wonderful experience. And, you know, naturally, I wish them all the best. And may they have the time of their lives for the rest of their lives. And in the words of Forrest Gump, that's all I have to say about that. Outside of the fact that after the wedding, you know, I had to get up stupid early for the video on Monday. Spent the entire day traveling, including visiting my grandfather in the hospital. Well, because my grandfather's in rehab. I mentioned a video I did a while back and how my grandfather needed a new pacemaker. For those of you wondering, he's doing fine. Just I'll be honest, ever since he got the pacemaker, he sounds a lot better. Like, a lot better. Like, he really needed this. And it's a good thing. Because now he's healthy, he's in, he should be getting out of rehab either today or maybe tomorrow. So, he's doing good. And that makes me, I was a little annoyed. As much as I was happy to see him, I was still kind of annoyed he had to go because I spent all day traveling and I just wanted to get home. But I got to see my grandfather. I got to see my nephews on their birthday. That's it. It was a very eventful couple of days. And believe me, on Tuesday, I was really feeling it. I'm feeling better now, though. But I seriously, as busy and hectic as this weekend was, I had a blast. I need, this and the wedding I went to last September, I needed those events to be good. And they were. Although at some point I should probably think over which I thought was better. They were both outstanding in their own ways. And I could definitely say in some aspects one wedding was better than the other. I don't know. The point is, I had a blast at both events. And you know what? I feel as if I officially have gotten over the feeling of depression I get at weddings. I've said this about the wedding I went to in September, where before that I always thought, that's never going to be me up there. That's not me about to marry, that beautiful woman on the altar. That's not me, it's never going to be me. But now I think that may not be me, but someday it will be. So, I feel renewed. I hope y'all liked this video, and if you did, like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow me on social media. As always, I'm very humbled to make this video for all of you guys who watch and enjoy for today. And hopefully you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. And remember, if you guys want to talk channel, we're here to lend you all. So everybody, take care and make good choices. 607 all day, baby.